Hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. It's the end of the year, and we're all here. What is happening right now? I'm actually really excited about this video that we're about to do, and we'll explain it all in just a minute. But hey, I am Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Her, and I do indeed love my cup mug because yes, you should love your cup mug. And we have a panel full of cup mugs. I haven't done this in a minute. Panel full of cup
Old
mugs,
school cup mugs.
multiple
Gen
cup mugs.
1.
And
Yes.
you can get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And if you look to the right of the screen, there is a QR code, and you could get your cup mug there. Just scan it and like the shop, and then buy your cup mug or any of our other beautiful cup merch. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug, and thank you.
Hi, my name is Jack. I'm the resident game designer of the panel. And I was slipped a note about 2 minutes before we started this that if I mention Guts and Glory after this podcast, I do have to start paying like $5 every single time it's mentioned.
Period.
So this will be the last time it comes up.
Mhm.
And that's a good thing.
And we thank you for your service.
And we thank you.
Hi, hello. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I am primed and ready with my zero sugar blackberry Dr. Pepper. Even though we're not talking about blackberry from Dragula today. I am
not Coke
quite
Zero.
excited. It's not. It's not. But it is a zero sugar soda beverage. And I'm just excited to be here.
Mhm.
Well, hi everybody. I'm Brook and I'm passionate about pop culture. It's been a year of reality television. More on that to watch our State of Reality TV video coming out sometime soon. But it's been a year, and shout outs to David for coming up with this fabulous idea. So I'm here, ready to tear, and might burst out in tears because I have to talk about Guts and Glory again.
Yeah.
Well, I am David Healy, and I'm still on pins and needles waiting for the finale episode to drop for Guts and Glory. Fingers crossed, one of these days.
I hate you so.
For the
Yes.
record,
Let's hear that
I just
recap.
want to be clear. That entire episode was just Jack and I bitching for an hour about how much I hate it.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to have been here.
Yes.
I mean,
It was a time,
Okay.
but also it would have severed all of our relations with Shudder, so maybe it's a good thing that it didn't come out.
I was doing this podcast a service.
actually, I think I deleted it.
We were doing this podcast a service.
Okay.
think
This is officially going to be a recap of the finale. Let's do it.
No,
heard it was
let's just
shit.
do it really quick. Everything went wrong. They lied to us again. It was a shit time. I wanted to claw my eyes out. Cool, we're done.
2025 Hyundai CRT.
Hyundai CRT Tucson.
It's on.
Not too much on Tucson.
Anyway.
The car,
So they-
whatever. The city is great.
Anyway. But yes, we are here talking reality TV. We're doing our tier list of all the shows that we've watched in 2025. Now, some shows all of us watch. There's some shows a couple of us watched. And it's a show maybe only one of us has watched this season. And we're going to talk about it. So this is how it's going to work. We're doing our tier list. And y'all, all the intro stuff, y'all know. I'll do it at the end. Anyway,
Subscribe.
yeah, subscribe, all that. We'll talk about it at the end. But the tier list, this is how it's going to work. If all of us have watched it, we all get to chime in and let everybody know where we feel it should land on the tier, and we'll come to some kind of resolution on where we think it should land on the tier. If only two people watch it, those two people will talk about it. If you haven't watched the show, you don't get a say. So that's how it's going to work. So some of us only get sole votes, which is very interesting. I'm very interested to see how this is going to turn out because breaking the fourth wall, we did not talk about how we felt about these shows prior to getting on this podcast. So this is going to be like very live and in your face, and we're going to see how it works. So
one could say maybe Lana very loud.
we can be very loud about it, and we're just gonna. This tier list is something. I'm excited. Thank you, David, for putting it in order so we have an order to talk about it and we can just do it. I'm ready to talk about it. And we're going to start off with Bachelor in Paradise. And Logan is the only person who watched Bachelor in Paradise. So Logan,
lovely.
We're doing all the shows with only one person have watched.
yes, this
first.
is the first.
Yeah.
This is the first group. Only one person has watched. So
So we
Logan,
won't hear from Jack for a while.
I have things that I can talk about with very few of these shows, but that's about it.
No, you didn't put it on the list, so you don't get to speak.
Drag him.
You get nothing. Unfortunately, them be the rules. If you didn't put it on the list, you have nothing to say. So Logan, start us off with Bachelor in Paradise. Where would you put it on the tier and why?
And so also to explain to everyone what the tiers are, we have superior, great TV, solid TV, meh, cancel now, and never should have been made. Oh boy, this is a fun. Y'all gave me a good one to start with. Because Bachelor in Paradise this season was shit.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell you why. You can go ahead and put that right now under cancel now. And I'm going to tell you why. So I take it all of us here are at least vaguely have a at least vague understanding of what Bachelor in Paradise is.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
It's former Bachelor contestants coming back. They get another chance at love. Or so we thought going into this season.
That one guy there as the bartender that was on the Traitors.
We love Wells. Shout out to Wells. But wait. Let's add in the Goldens this season for no reason. So it is regular Bachelor contestants and Golden Bachelor and Bachelorette contestants on the same show. Oh, and let's add a social strategy element for $500,000.
What?
Love Island games too?
It is one of the most confusing bullshit TV experiences I have ever watched in my entire existence. It made no sense. The drama was incredibly manufactured. Several people were gaslit by the entire cast. And the only thing good about this season is the location they shot at because it was pretty. I highly recommend, if you want just some good laughs and you want to laugh about some straight people, I highly recommend Bachelor Fan Take and his videos on YouTube. He does a great job at summarizing even the most shit of Bachelor seasons, and this is one of them. I will not go on further because I will get more angry. Cancel this fucking show now and rework it. Thank you.
You're welcome. We're going to move on. And I just realized I made an error, but that's okay because I won't say anything about it since I didn't mark it. But I did watch Celebrity Big Brother UK. Unfortunately, I did watch it, but I didn't put it down on the list. So therefore, I'm not going to mess up the list that David has made and change anything. So I won't say anything. Logan, you have the sole vote on what Celebrity Big Brother and where it should go. I have thoughts, but I won't say it.
Ooh, people that don't like hearing my voice are gonna hate the start of this video. Well, I am happy to report that I am much more positive about this show than Bachelor in Paradise. This is gonna go right up to great TV. This season of Celebrity Big Brother was for me a phenomenal season, with a lot of really, really strong characters. And Mickey Rourke, who was horrible. But beyond all of that, the characters that we got on this season of Celebrity Big Brother UK were great. I mean, you put JoJo Siwa in a Big Brother house, and it starts the beginning of her becoming straight again. And for that alone, it's pretty solid TV, y'all. No, highly recommend this one as well. This is a solid, great season of Celebrity Big Brother with a less than, for me at least, a less than lovely winner. Danny Beard should have won point blank and the period. And I thank you.
Mm-hmm. Brook, we're coming to you. Culinary Class Wars. Let's talk about it.
Culinary Class Wars is the single best reality show I have watched all year. Superior, absolutely. So let me tell you about this. Who here is a fan of Physical 100?
No.
Okay.
You all need to put that on the
Go watch
list
Physical
next year.
100. One. Secondly, if Eve was here, Eve would be fangirling. Beside the point. Imagine, if you will, you take 20 of the most established chefs in South Korea, right? Or people that are somehow Korean adjacent, right? And then you take 80 up-and-coming, very high-quality chefs, right? You divide them based on their prestige levels. So the 20 established chefs are the white spoons, and the 80 non-established chefs are the black spoons. And you make them compete against each other, right? In one of the most fabulous cooking show environments I have ever seen in my entire life. All of the drama of Physical 100 without any of the bias that leans towards the men on Physical 100. Some incredible stuff. I've learned more about Korean cooking in the past month and a half than I have known my entire life just from watching the show. I will say most of this is based on season 1. Season 2 has only dropped 3 episodes as of recording. It literally just premiered last week. But I'm telling you right now, the first 3 episodes have already been incredibly high quality, incredible stuff. Please go watch Culinary Class Wars. It's on Netflix. It is so damn good. If you like cooking show anything, this is peak. This is incredible television.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
actually interested. When you put that on the list, I was like, I haven't seen it, but I'm interested.
Please go
We're
watch
moving
it.
into the David hour of the program. We're going to start with Extracted. David?
Yes. So I recently watched season 1 of Extracted in anticipation for season 2 because we're going to see Nina and Sandra Diaz-Twine on there. So I'm excited for that. I really didn't know what to expect. Honestly, survival type of shows are not my thing. In this show, we have one person surviving, 2 people deciding when they leave the competition. So it's pretty straightforward most of the season. You do have like some fights going on between the people that are in the control room making the decisions. I will say this season, while it's mostly meh, it did have one of the most wild moments where the person, I'll just say, the person who was surviving so well, no issues, was living their best life out there. Their family members were they were very upset because there was a twist where certain people didn't get their letters because they wrote letters to the person surviving. And they're like, we can't let him continue on in this game that's so morally inferior to what we believe it should stand for. So they extracted their person, and it was crazy. He was like, what? I'm doing okay. Yeah, it was insane. So I think just for that one moment, I'm going to bump it above meh and into solid TV.
I could see that. I did see that moment. I was like, oh, whoa. What do you
Nuts.
mean? You extract somebody who was doing so good. Like he could have won that. He should have won it. But yeah, I saw that. I was, yeah. I think I would give it solid TV too if I was doing anything.
Mhm.
Lego Masters Junior is
Yes.
up next.
So Lego Masters, they usually do a Christmas special. This year, instead of doing a Christmas special, they decided to do a 4-episode special season for junior Lego Masters. These are young kids. I would say like 10-ish, maybe like 8 to 12, 13.
Mhm.
So this is a stressful competition. And here I am watching these kids break down and cry when their Legos would break and things weren't going their way. And I was like, this isn't fun to watch. I'm not enjoying this. Plus, the actual products of the creations pale in comparison to what we see on regular Lego Masters. The first episode was non-elimination. So only episode 2 and 3 had eliminations before the finale. I'm like, what is the point? I did not like it. I'm going to say cancel now. I don't need to see a season 2 for this.
Okay. Cancel Legos. Yeah, well, we'll figure out before or after
Mhm.
these
Yeah.
later.
So we did also have season 5 of Lego Masters US. It had been a couple of years since they had a regular season on, so I was excited to have it back. I do think there's a bit of like diminishing returns with this franchise. This was not as good as years that I've seen in the past. Plus, I would say there were 2 standout teams from the very beginning, and they didn't really give a lot of character development with the other teams. And guess what? Guess who were the top 2 teams of the season? So it ended up being a little bit predictable. I'm really torn between meh and solid TV. I think just to put something on the meh column, let's go ahead and put it there.
Oh. Brooke, we back to you. Next Gen Chef.
Yeah, so I finished watching Culinary Class Wars, right? The first season of Culinary Class Wars, and I was in a mood. I wanted to keep watching cooking shows because I forgot that since I haven't had cable in a long time, I forgot how much I love watching cooking shows, right? Like I used to stand Cutthroat Kitchen, like I was
Period.
all over Food Network
Period.
back in the day.
Period.
So
Yeah.
I saw that Netflix had another show called Next Gen Chef, and I was like, okay, I'll watch it. The entire thing is basically just a commercial for the Culinary Institute of America. And I will say it's not a bad commercial. A lot of the food these people are making looks great. And like great. But like the entire thing is literally just a commercial for the Culinary Institute of America because that's where the whole competition is filmed. Like the judges are all people who work at the Culinary Institute of America. Half of the contestants used to go to the Culinary Institute. Like it's literally, and also they refer to it as the CIA. Like that isn't already something that has an established acronym for something else. I'm just gonna say I thought this show was totally pointless. The judging seemed very biased at the finales specifically. I hate to be so polarizing out of the gate. This show never should have been made. There's nothing to gain from watching it that you could not gain from watching Culinary Class Wars. And they're on the same streaming service. If you have access to Netflix, do not be fooled by Next Gen Chef. Go watch Culinary Class Wars instead. Or literally any other cooking show on Netflix. It will be better. I promise you. Because I've watched some of the older ones that didn't come out this year too. And I'll tell you right now, Pressure Cooker is a better show. Every single baking competition that Netflix airs is a better show. This was just pointless.
You're all about the extremes, aren't you?
Well, I'm just saying, if you have Netflix and that's your like main way of watching TV, and you have a bunch of different cooking shows to pick from, don't pick this one. You have better things to do with your time.
Okay. All right. Well, it's up to me now. We're talking Special Forces World's Toughest Test. And
Season 3.
season 3. I did watch this show and I like the show. I like season 2 and I was going to watch season 3. I thought the show was okay. I like these type of shows where it's like people doing stuff that like the military or special forces things they do and show their grit and show their it just really gave me like and put me in a way of like American Grit if you saw that show or any show where like you have to go out and do things that these military people do on a regular basis and it was like it was nice to see it. It was fun to watch it. um I thought the drama that they had for this season wasn't as good as the drama that was happening in season 2 because like season 2 just had just some good just drama that just naturally happened. It was just like the people that they had in there just they came with their own type of drama. What I will say I liked about special forces is that the people who are running the camp are like, yes, they're tough and they're doing their thing, but they also have another side where they're trying to help people, help the contestants, like emotionally, and they send them out, bring them and one-on-one and have these conversations, and it's like a almost like a little miniature therapy session that they give them to try to get them through to the next point. I thought the show was fine. I thought it was, honestly, I think it's solid TV. It's not, I wouldn't put it at meh because I don't think it was meh, but it was okay. It was good. It was solid TV if that's what you're into, if you like those type of shows. I thought it was pretty decent. So that's why I'm gonna land with that. And we're sticking with me because I'm the only one that watched The Amazing Race Canada, thanks to David, because David was like, Amazing Race Canada started. And I was like, oh, didn't know Amazing Race Canada was going on. And they would say, here, I'm gonna put it in, you watch it. I'm watching it. So I watched it. And I am a big fan of Amazing Race. If anybody knows me and watched the channel, I love Amazing Race. Amazing Race is one of my favorite reality shows to watch at any time. So I think I was like, I can watch any Amazing Race and I'll probably like it. I'll probably like it. This Amazing Race Canada, I did like it. And it was good because Dimitri and Ika were on there from Big Brother Canada. So if you watched them, they were there. And so they were there. So it was nice to see them in this type of environment of like now out of the Big Brother house into the world, doing what they're doing. I enjoyed this season of Big Brother Canada. I thought it was good. It was solid. It was fine. It was typically what we see in Amazing Race. I like their challenges that they did and the things that they had them do. It was something was a little slower about the pace of this season for me. I don't know why. It just felt like a little. It wasn't like every week for Amazing Race when I'm watching, I'm like, I'm ready for it to start. I'm ready to watch it. This one I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. I would take a couple days to watch it. It didn't draw me like a Amazing Race usually do, but when I did come around and watch it, I enjoyed it. So for me, I would say solid. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it was solid. It was solid. Logan, we're back to you because it's time to crap on The Bachelor. I feel like that's what's coming.
More Bachelor. Yeah, so this was Grant's season of The Bachelor.
Oof.
I think and Bachelor Nation is not something we cover on the channel, frankly, because I think I'm the only person that even keeps up with some of it sometimes.
I started it and I couldn't.
Yeah.
It's just I don't need that straight shit in my life.
Yeah, like one episode and I was just like, no, thank you.
No.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. This is gonna go in meh for me. For a lot of reasons, and I think the biggest one is we just came off of a very, very good season with Joey's season. I thought Joey's season of The Bachelor was very good. I like Grant. I just didn't find him all that captivating as a bachelor. I didn't really find this cast of women to be all that, groundbreaking. The Bachelor as a franchise is kind of dying, which is why they had to bring in Taylor from the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives to be the next Bachelorette.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
What? Huh?
Yep. So that's going to be the next step over on the Bachelor Nation franchise, which I think is going to be a very interesting departure for them. But yeah, this was fine.
Lord have mercy.
All right. Brook, let's talk about the challenge vets and the new threat.
David, you remember how you mentioned Lego Masters was the law of diminishing returns? The challenge has been on that arc for a long time now. It's been a minute since we've had a really good season of the challenge.
That's why most of us are not watching still.
But I hold out
the only one talking about it.
But I hold out hope every year that I'm going to get something on the quality of like War of the Worlds again. That's all I want. Even War of the Worlds quality. It doesn't even have to be like Dirty 30 quality. Just like War of the Worlds quality, please. Something. The season was bad. And I will say a lot of the things that made this season bad were actually the vets. Because outside of like three of them, most of these vets I'm just tired of. I don't need to see Turbo back. I don't need to see Cara back. I never need to see Bananas on another season of the challenge. CT, love you. You can come back whenever you want, baby. But like CT, Ashley Mitchell, and maybe two of them. I guess good. Leroy. CT, Leroy, and Ashley Mitchell. Those are the only three people I ever need to see come back on the challenge. I never need to see Anissa come back. I am so tired of Nani. Like, so many people on the vets side of this made the season awful. Then you look at the new threats, right? Most of them also made this season unbearable to watch at times. I have never seen a house completely come together to bully one person as much as this entire group of newbies did to our beloved King CT. I can't express how much it pissed me the fuck off. Shout outs to the winners, because Olivia and Jeremy winning, that was lovely. I was happy to see that. I am so happy it was not fucking Sydney from Survivor. Thank God. But almost everyone else, the only newbies that were really fun to watch were Jeremy, Cedric, and America Lopez. That is your future of the challenge. She was incredible. Specifically, only for the 6 names I have mentioned that made this season bearable, this goes in meh. I don't need to see anybody else on this cast ever again. Actually, Gabe can come back too. He was fine. But like
Lana, Michaela.
Right.
Who?
Right. Michaela.
Bradshaw.
Michaela and Cedric together.
Michaela was so hard to watch on the season, y'all. I love her to death. I have loved her for years. Michaela was one of the most instrumental people in the CT bullying. Like, I'm sorry. I know. And also, her and Cedric weren't even really a thing until the final. So, like, love Cedric. Cedric was lovely. He was still his sweet boy self. And I think Michaela didn't really ringlead it. She just kind of hopped on the bandwagon because she saw that's where the house was going. And, like, that's not great either. I wouldn't mind her coming back without some of these toxic people on the show. But yeah, it was just a hard watch. But I will say some of these people made it better. So I'll give it that.
And Lana and I just saw Jeremy in person a few weeks ago. He seems very easy to watch.
He was easy to watch on The Amazing Race. He was easy to watch on The Amazing Race. He's definitely easy to watch. He was easy to watch probably on the challenge, and he's easy to look at in person.
Yes, we can all admit he's hot.
He's and he's sweet. He's just a nice person. Like, he was
golden retriever for days.
I've loved Olivia since
Love Island.
So
Theo was fine too. Theo was nice as well. Give Theo.
Good.
I love that for them, and I love that for Olivia and Theo. Like, having a baby now. Congrats to them. I love that for them.
She is the first person to win the challenge while pregnant.
Like, all right, girl.
We'll find out until after, but she was pregnant.
She was.
Oh.
And on that note,
We're back to you, Logan, because we're talking
What a
the Golden Bachelor now.
Is
What a
this our
sharp
last Bachelor
contrast.
show? Please tell
This
me
is our
so.
Thank
last
God.
Bachelor show.
Thank
Thank
God.
God.
You mean on the
God.
Golden Bachelor they didn't hang people off of like hundreds of thousands of foot buildings?
No, it was a slog fest. Meh. It's barely a meh. It is quite barely a meh.
Well, at least it was better than the other Bachelor content this year.
Well,
Honestly,
all?
none of it was good. None of it was good. God. I love the advent of the golden addition to the franchise. And I thought the first season of the Golden Bachelor and Bachelorette were really phenomenal. This really just, for me, it did not capture that same spark that those first seasons did. It really had season 2 syndrome. I won't go any further. It doesn't need to. I don't want to talk about Bachelor Nation anymore today.
okay. Well, we're
That's
back to the David moment of the show where David, you get to talk about The Inheritance UK.
Yeah, so this was a brand new show for UK television, The Inheritance. It was a wild show. Elizabeth Hurley was the host, kind of. She was just another kind of one of those, we'll talk about another one later on, where it's just a person talking into a camera and they have no idea who they're talking to. But the challenges in this show are wild because all of these people are working to get this inheritance at the estate of Elizabeth Hurley, who's not even playing herself really. And so each challenge is them doing like chores around the estate. Like, quick, we've got to clean these spoons as fast as possible. Quick, we've got to fill all of these bottles with wine. And it's like, do I want to watch these challenges? I already am not a big fan of challenges, but especially not when it's just chores. And also,
I will be honest, I watched 2 episodes of the show. The challenges knocked me out of watching it. It was genuinely boring.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I heard not great things, so I didn't check it out. But David kept on talking about it and like about how bad it was. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah. And there is like a strategy element to it, but it's almost impossible to be strategic behind the scenes. So anybody who would make a move, or like lie about how much they're willing out to other people, they would immediately be a pariah. And that kind of like distinct, like what's the word I'm looking?
It's the UK,
it extinguished.
Generally, the UK's aversion to any sort of game playing. This show needs people to be game players. It fails because no one is willing to be a game player.
Exactly. There's one girl. She's an icon. She's a legend. Her name is Hafsa. She was great. Somehow she made it to the end, but she didn't win. Actually, I can't even remember the process of who won. I think multiple people won, really. But I wish there was something similar to what we have for the Traitors in the UK, because we don't have reality stars Traitors in the UK. But she would be amazing on that in the UK if they had it. She's great. I want to see her on something else. This show, I think it's already been done, but cancel now.
Oh, well,
I believe it is dead.
Yeah, it had terrible ratings. I was surprised it got to the whole season, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, David, I think you're going to go from one cancel now to I feel like this one might be very high on the ranking. And you're the only one talking about it. It's the Traitors Ireland.
Yeah, so what's actually really funny is the Traitors Ireland season 1 and the Inheritance UK. They dropped on the exact same day. They had the same 3-episode schedule throughout the week. They both had 12 episodes. So I was watching both of these shows simultaneously, and it was like night and day. The Traitors Ireland is so refreshing, and I am always really sad that not a lot of my friends actually watch that because I don't have many people I can talk to about it. But it was so good. I will say this season has the single best faithful I've seen across any franchise of the Traitors. There is one person in particular, her reads are scary good.
Wow.
You'll just have to see. I'm encouraging anybody who's watching, please do yourself a favor and go watch this season. You also get the messiest Traitors, mess, arguing in public. 3 Traitors arguing in public, not in the turret. What are you doing?
Wow.
But there's also a balance. Yeah, we have good Traitors too. We have good Traitors. They're recruited. I will say that. But yeah, it's a really balanced show. And the host is good. Yeah, this is great TV for sure.
Okay.
I made it through 2 episodes. I hadn't gotten through the whole season, which is why I didn't want to give any thoughts on it. But,
so where do we?
I've seen a few clips.
Where do we place Traitors, David?
Great TV.
Great TV. Gotcha.
Yes. I said this is great TV, but it's also great TV.
Great TV. Period.
Yes.
All right, Brook. We're at you with The Voice season 27.
Yeah, so this was the first season of The Voice this year. I'll be honest, I watched this entire show and I could not tell you a single memorable performance from The Voice season 27. It was a slog of a season of The Voice. This is honestly bottom 3 season of The Voice for me, and I've watched every season of The Voice. This is no shade to 2 of the 4 coaches. 2 of them were lovely. Kelsey Ballerini did a really great job in her first season. I think she was a really great coach. I was kind of bummed she didn't come back for 28, but they're also doing this weird thing where they just change the coaches every year, and Michael Bublé is just the new permanent on the panel, which is fine because he was also very good on this season. But I don't like John Legend on The Voice. He has always annoyed me as a coach. He just gets on my nerves. I'm just speaking for personal here. Every time John Legend is a coach on The Voice, I tune out of anything he says because he gets on my nerves every time he speaks. Adam Levine coming back as a coach on The Voice, still just as annoyed by Adam as when he left. I cannot deal with this man on my television. Get rid of both of them and never bring them back, personally, for me, for my enjoyment of The Voice. And then I heard that they're doing that Voice Champion season, and they said Kelly Clarkson was coming back, and I got really excited. And then I found out that the other 2 coaches are John and Adam, and I about screamed.
But Kelly!
Yeah, it's 3 coaches, but it's also going to be all-stars, pretty much. The Voice all-stars. So we'll see how it turns out. But Kelly, yes. I will say from personal experience, the season was really bad. I don't think it's cancel now worthy, but I would definitely put it in meh. Also, why did we only have literally 2 live episodes on the season of The Voice, the semifinals and the finale? And we're going to talk about it more when we get to 28 too, because they did even worse in 28. Make the playoffs pre-recorded again, so we literally only have 2 rounds to vote. Dude, what the hell?
Interesting take. Not too much on John Legend. That's all I'm saying. We move. Jack, we get to hear you speak now. We get to hear Jack say something finally, because we are at 99 to beat, and David and Jack are going to tell us where 99 to beat should go on the tier list. So, Jack, I'm gonna let you go first. Give your thoughts.
99 to beat was a very surprising show for me. For context, imagine if Minute to Win It was serialized. Mm-hmm. That is the best way to pitch this show. It is, we are going to throw a bunch of games at people. The last person or group of people to finish this game is eliminated from the show, and then we move on. It is basically just that. But they make it really entertaining. We have, I am really, really bad with names, but we have 2 people from The Masked Singer, essentially King Jong, and
just one.
Just one.
I don't know who the other person.
2. She's not The Masked Singer.
She sounds so much like what's her face? The blonde anti-vax lady.
It's not Jenny McCarthy.
They have the same voice, but it's not her.
Yeah. Erin Andrews, those of you might know her from Dancing with the Stars because
Dance
she
with
was
the
Oh,
Stars.
there we
yeah.
go.
Aaron Andrews.
Very
Yeah.
different women.
Yeah,
But
we like
it
one
is-
of them.
We like one of them, yeah. It is very much kind of like a lively, mildly feel-good show. There's also reality stars from other shows on it, notably Cara Maria, Sandra, Danny Boatwright. There's
Tommy Bracco.
Tommy Bracco, who
Miranda from Deal or No
Miranda.
Deal.
plays with his
Miranda
dad
Rose
for some
Harrison
reason.
from Deal or No Deal Island, who killed it.
Literally just said that, but yes.
I know.
And also Geraldine from Traitors 1. Which
Icon
Shirley-
mother
Shirley
legend the
Boot.
moment, Geraldine.
yeah.
I love
So
her.
I
Bring her
mean,
back.
it's a pretty good show, all things considered. The one complaint I have with the show, and I get why they do it, every single team challenge ends up fucking over a front runner. Basically, every single one sends a front runner home because they have a bad teammate, and sometimes they're completely random teammates.
Mhm.
And some of the challenges are simply unfair in terms of like, hey, here's a bunch of instruments. Find the people that have the same instrument. One of you has a small hand drum against like tubas and trombones and cymbals. Unsurprisingly, the people with hand drums lose because you can't make much of a sound with that. So just like general balance on the show, but overall it was pretty good. Solid TV.
Okay. I think I'm a bit lower on this than you. Of the 3 shows that we got that have like extremely large casts, this is actually my least favorite. I think it's so hard to have 100-person cast and focus on everybody. And with the format of this, you kind of have to focus on everybody because people are eliminated one at a time or in groups occasionally. But other shows, you don't have to show everybody who's eliminated in big group things. So I think that actually works better when you can focus more on the important personalities. I don't think this show did that. So there were a lot of people who made it to the end that I barely knew anything about them. I also think it was an awful decision to put a whole family in there. You have over
Yeah, that was
10% of the people in this cast are from one family, and it's ridiculous. And that family looked awful on television, especially the men in that family. They are toxic, and I hope they all are ashamed of how they acted on the show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I did not enjoy this. I do think it has potential for a second season, but for me, it's meh. So you all
Okay.
get to break the tie.
Y'all, well, we didn't watch it, so y'all have to come up with a solution. Jack, you
I
say
mean,
solid TV.
I
David,
can-
you say meh.
I can see it as meh in terms of I think there are problems with the format that I think will get solved with the second season.
Yeah. My suggestion earlier, you might have missed it, Lana, was that if there is kind of a tie, you all heard our cases, so whoever's case you believe more, you can.
Yeah, I thought that's what we were doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I didn't hear it, so I don't know it.
Sorry,
So I
I
didn't know
didn't-
that was what we were doing. But
I
sure,
saw
figure
clips
it
of
out.
this.
Tie.
I
I'll
saw
have
clips of this, and I gotta say, it didn't really grab me. And I mean, obviously, there were people that had like an established following that talked about their experience on here, and it was whatever. What I did see, it just looked kind of fine. And based on what David said, I totally believe it being meh. So I would lean more towards David personally.
Plus, Sandra Diaz-Twine leaving in the first group challenge is the
Yeah.
devil's work.
Despicable.
But also, Sandra was never good at challenges. So, like,
challenge beast. Like, let's
Right.
not act like Sandra's a challenge beast in any show. But Logan, what do you think since we're breaking the tie?
I'll go meh.
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
I can do math. I didn't see enough to know, but sure, man, it is. David, you're back up with American Idol with me. Let's talk.
Not
about
meh. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and start. I have watched every season of American Idol, and since they moved to ABC, it's really felt like it's spinning its wheels. I'm not super impressed with the show, but hands down, for me, this is the best season since they've been to ABC. It is very rare that my favorite from the very audition ends up going on to win the show. This is the best winner for American Idol in years. The whole cast was talented, though, too.
Yes.
Like, everybody was good that made it far, and I'm not used to that on the show either. I will say the judging panel is the low point. Not super excited by any of them. I don't think Carrie brought anything special this season, but none of that is enough to keep this from being very low for me, or keep this from being high for me.
Right. I think this season was really good. I watched this season strictly for the winner, and because
I kept sending clips. I
very
made you
much
watch it.
and then I literally went to watch their auditions, and then the people who made it into the top 10 and their auditions, so I could fully know exactly why they made it that far. And they just were good. The talent this season on this show was really good. The judging, yeah, they are very much the lowest point on this show. I just felt like some of their critiques were not consistent. And that's what I feel like knocked some people out of the competition that should not have gone as early as they went because of inconsistent judging and then putting the biases to the audience. And it was like, oh, well, if they say that they're not doing that great, then maybe they are. And it's not. I thought this talent was so good. I feel like the winner deserved to win, which is very real on a lot of seasons of American Idol sometimes. And I just felt like the talent was good. So honestly, I think I would put this at, for me, great TV.
I agree. Great TV. It's close to superior for me, but it's great.
Yeah, I think the judges will knock it down from superior to great for me, but it was definitely good TV, really great TV. I enjoyed it. And I hadn't watched American Idol in some years. Like, I have not watched it in some years. So to come back and watch this season, it was like, oh, this is really good TV. It was very interesting. Oh, this is my time, my hour. Yeah, I just looked at the list. Next, me and Jack are talking battle camp. And I'll say this for a show that we covered here, and I covered it, and I thought I called it the Disney games. Disney Channel games, but for Netflix stars. And you know what? I stick by that. I thought it was such a fun. Was it the most like riveting TV? Was the challenges the best of challenge? No. It wasn't that great, but it was fun and it was It was just like you take a bunch of grown-ups and put them in summer camp and say, here, we're going to do a lot of these silly challenges and games, and it's fun, but also people who know how to make good TV because they've been on TV. It was just fun and interesting. A lot of low points, a lot of high points, and points in between. I thought this was just a fun little refreshing show. Are they going to bring it back? I don't know, but I think they should. I don't think they are. And see, I think that's the problem with Netflix. Like, they do one season of a show and then they're like, we don't like it, we'll get out of it. When all really it takes is just a little tweaking to make it better. And it could be actually a good show. I think this is a good show that has potential, but I don't know if they're going to bring it back. For me, I thought this was solid TV. I didn't find anything wrong with it, or not too much wrong with it. The things that are wrong with it, you kind of were like, but what's the show? Am I really gonna judge, be too hard on battle camp? Am I really gonna put a lot of thought and emphasis on battle camp where it's just camp, it's like buddy games. Like, do you really put a lot of thought and interest in buddy games? No, you just take it for what it is. And I thought it was for what it was. It was solid.
Yeah, this was a very interesting show that, I mean, unfortunately, as it was pitched to people online, was the challenge. But instead of eliminations, people get thrown off the show via random voting, via a literal wheel.
A wheel.
Which reasonably turned people off.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of strategy and social decisions, and yes, there are absolutely rounds where one out of the round I'm thinking of is the round where Gabby goes, her name is on the wheel once
Once.
because her team lost the challenge and she did everything else perfectly. She goes home because her name is on the wheel once, and that's kind of the impetus of the show, and everybody feels bad.
Yeah.
But I have a couple of personal tweaks for the show. One, be ready to be more strategic. The fact that Tony walked from this fucking show because he was seen as the villain when he was doing villain shit pissed me off to no end.
Like,
genuinely, it nearly made me drop the show. But seeing Avery, seeing Trey get those very strategic moments,
and QT
as well, yes. All three of them played this very well. We got to see a lot of. I just love seeing Shumi back on my screen. It was just a really, really nice time. This feels like a show, just like they're trying to do with the mole now, that they can kind of just like, hey, we have a lull in content. Do you want to just drag people out to do something? So it's solid TV for me. I really don't have any complaints.
I can agree with that. Solid TV for sure. David.
Good luck with this one.
David, Beast Games. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I think this is one of the most impressive scales as far as the set, as far as the challenges go. It's incredible what they were able to build. And I guess it helps whenever you have an extremely wealthy person putting the show on, and Amazon Prime is the one also funding it. So it makes sense. I think there's a lot of good about this show. We had some interesting characters that weren't always featured as often as I wanted them to. I think the biggest drawback for the show is the reliance on Mr. Beast and his friends. And honestly, his friends are my biggest issue. Like, who are these random guys? Maybe if you watch his YouTube channel, you know who they are. But to me, they just seem like a bunch of douchey college guys just constantly bringing the focus to themselves. And so that was really
Both
annoying.
Are correct. Both are correct, by the way.
But other than that, I really enjoyed the challenges. I really enjoyed the casting. I just wish there was more balance in edits, which is hard to do with such a big cast. But I enjoyed this. Even the more I've sat on it throughout the year, because this was one of the very first. I think this is the earliest premiere date of any of the ones that we're talking about here, because it actually premiered in December of last year. The majority of it was in 2025, but it started in 2024. So I actually liked it, and I'm kind of excited for season 2, especially because we know people on it, Lana. Like, we actually know people on it too. We've talked to them in person. So I'm excited for it. For me, I would say this is solid.
I don't agree. I did not like it. I did not like this game. I felt like this game had too many issues, too many, like, I don't like Mr. Beast's friends. I agree with you about the friends. Like, I feel like they drug it down. So it was so unnecessary. Like, they took his YouTube channel, which is very annoying in itself, and then they brought it to the main TV, and it's like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. They are annoying on his YouTube channel, and they are even more annoying when you put them on TV and give them a bigger budget than they already have. It's just, I don't, and I mean, the challenges were fine. I thought that, and I mean, I knew a couple of people on this season of the Beast Games, and I was like, okay, I'll watch it because I know some people on here and I want to, support. I just didn't enjoy myself. I didn't enjoy watching it, and it didn't make me excited about watching season 2. But the only reason that I was thinking about even watching season 2 is because of what you said, because we know people who I have talked to, and it's like, but this just didn't. I don't know, and maybe it's the Mr. Beast of it all that I don't like too. That could be my bias about it too. I just didn't find like this show that entertaining, and I felt like some of the characters that they featured just grated my nerves, and I was just like, ugh, yeesh. It just really wasn't a turn on for me. For me, I would say cancel it, but because I don't need to see it no more for me personally. But like I said, it could be my bias because of Mr. Beast, but I just didn't enjoy I didn't think that it was as entertaining, but I think it was other factors that made that happen for me too. So I don't know.
Thank God we get to weigh in on this because I have so many problems with this show.
Same.
So if David,
can I get my 2 thoughts out real quick, and then
hold on.
Can we establish where people
I'm about
are?
to say, can we establish where we are? So I say cancel, and David, you said
solid TV.
Solid TV. Okay.
2 thoughts.
So the natural middle would be met.
Yeah, but go ahead.
2 thoughts, and then I'll shut up and let Jack rant. I'm just gonna say the 2 things I have. One, with everything that has come out about a lot of the quality of life on set for this show, that automatically makes me want to cancel it because that pisses me off. The fact that we're in a environment like modern day television and a show parodying Squid Game has better production value for protecting its contestants than this show does, pisses me the fuck off. Secondly, on top of that, add into the fact that a lot of his videos on his YouTube are extremely exploitative, to the point where now I'm at the point where I don't want anything to do with him as a brander, period. And actually, a third thing, the fact that they let Money Lion be one of their sponsors, oh, fuck that. You're literally marketing a cash advance service to young people because that's obviously the target audience of this show based on whose face and branding is all over it. Cancel this show. If it were me, even if I haven't watched it, I would have said it never should have been made. Amazon should know better.
I mean, can we keep the focus more on the show itself?
Yeah,
we all have issues, I'm
It
sure.
needs to be about the show.
I will do that.
Okay.
So when the primary mechanic of a show is how can I get most of these people to quit as quickly as possible, because that is multiple different episodes. There's challenges in here that eliminate people, but primarily for like multiple times during the show, the primary mechanic is here is money, leave. Or here is money. If any of you take it, all of you go home.
Right. That's more accurate. Most people do not quit, just to be clear.
Most people don't quit. Most people are dragged out of the game with no fault of their own because someone else either fucks up or quits. And this isn't even talking about the 2,000 people that actually play this game, that 1,000 of them were thrown out immediately because a YouTube video exists of that all happening. And the design of this show infuriates me because the entire point was to get the spectacle of most people on a reality show and most money possible. And that's all this show was made for. It was literally just, how can we break those records without thinking of how to actually get to those numbers? And when they did, what they realized is, hey, we can also just throw money at people to get them out of here. And it sucks that this is what we're devolving to for reality TV. Cancel it. And I'm pissed off that, I mean, hopefully, when they are forcing themselves to go to 200 people, and even then, the first episode of Beast Games this year is still culling 50 of them on each side of the table immediately again, just make a cast of 100 people and then do this. You don't need these big numbers. You can have a big number for the prize pot. That's your big number. Jesus Christ. I also say cancel it.
Logan?
I will say I respect where David's opinion is based on the fact that he watched the show. I want to make that very clear. Just from my personal standpoint, I cannot speak unbiasedly about anything regarding him or this show. I am abstaining.
That's fair.
where we're
I will
at.
note, I didn't watch the show. I watched multiple video essays on the show, so I know what happens.
Man, I just didn't enjoy the show, to be honest. Just me personally, I just didn't enjoy it. But as of most leaning to canceling the said show, unfortunately, that's where it lies. And we'll move. Big Brother UK, Logan and Jack, you are the two people to watch.
I thought I was the only one, so this is quite delightful. Jack, go for it. Or just kidding. I'll go. That's fine. I can take care of that.
I need to just quickly look at the chart one more time before I... Yes, okay. No, this is exactly what I think it is. Great. Cool.
I will say, so we had a really great season of Celebrity Big Brother UK. I think this season of Civilian Big Brother was solid TV. That's where I'm personally putting it. I think the castmates were really great. I think, unfortunately, this season is suffering from what a lot of Big Brother UK seasons suffer from, and that is racism in voting. Because what do you mean all of the people of color went home immediately as soon as they were up for eviction at any point? And then what do you mean when we get to the final voting? All of the people of color are voted out before the finale, and the finale is 5 white people on a season with quite a lot of racial diversity for a Big Brother UK season. It was actually a quite lovely season. Zella is the standout of this season because he is just an absolute gem to this world. And I adore him dearly. And for him and many of the other fun, dumb characters we get, and fun returning characters as well.
Yes.
I'm gonna put it at solid TV.
Yeah.
I fully agree with you. This is also getting to see someone live out their dream when they thought they were just like stopping at, you know what, I'm gonna just like help them test it out. Mm-hmm. The winner of this season was not on this cast. They went into the house to test and make sure everything looks nice. And producers fell in love with them so hard, they cast them on the season on the spot. And they walked into the house day 2, and the entire UK fell in love with them. Richard is genuinely one of the most heartwarming characters I've seen on TV ever. Zayla, incredible representation, was unfortunately mired by multiple weird people on this cast. The only ejected person from this cast looks like a literal, I don't know how to put it, other than imagine if Lord Farquaad was worse.
You're correct.
Yeah,
I've seen
you're correct.
This guy, and that's an accurate. Yep.
And somehow he's in like multiple different productions of like actually famous things, and it's really annoying to like go, oh, God damn it, there he is again. But yeah, no, the typical Big Brother UK Mars of if a person of color goes on the block, they immediately go home unless there's other people of color on the block. Bad. And it's also very obvious multiple times that, oh, we were going to do something, but it was going to be so outraged that we had to change our mind immediately.
Yep.
Farida wasn't even like directly stated to be on this season. And then a twist was announced that people were coming back into the game, and there was an online campaign to bring her back so much that probably one of the actual house guests who was going to be brought back was thrown to the side, and she came right in, and it was amazing content until she was then immediately voted out because racism.
And mind you, she was a returner from the previous season of Big Brother UK. She was so well loved that they said, nope, we're going to bring you in for a twist and then bring you in. And I think she only lasted 5 days, but God, she brought so much entertainment.
So yeah, I agree. This is pretty solid TV. You can't really get above that, at least right now, with Big Brother UK. Unless you had literally every single person that house be a person of color, because the minute one white person walks in, they win the season.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
All right,
it's
Brooke,
bad.
we're up and talking about a show that I'm excited to talk about. Building the
So,
Band.
so I have went on a journey with building the band this year, to being fucking obsessed with this show, to still being obsessed with this show, to being utterly pissed at this show at the very end. So I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. The audition process on this show needs a little bit of tweaking. It's not bad, but it's got first season bumps. But I will say the way it's styled of like, hey, Netflix, you want to use your favorite thing, pods, and have people hit a button
Pods
whenever
and
they like
buttons.
someone.
Pods
All of the
and
voice.
buttons.
Pods and buttons, it's their jam. Why haven't they not bought Solitary? That's the real question. But the auditions were great. I really like 4 of the 6 bands that were formed on this season of Building the Band. One of them gets on my nerves, and the other one had Allison in it, and therefore I cannot like the band, even if I love the other 2 people that were in the band with Allison. They also just didn't sound great together. Real talk. But my problem comes with the live shows and how they were stylized and presented. They weren't live; they were pre-recorded, but like live performances for the audience that was voting on the winners. I will also say it felt a bit off that every other episode was, voted on by the audience at the show as to who won, and then the final episode was decided by the judges. Didn't care for that, especially considering how big of a deal it would have been to win this show. I'm not going to get into my personal irritation over who won. I don't dislike them. Their first single was a jam. I was just a season 4 girly down, so it stung real deep in the pits of my soul. But that's fine. It's whatever. I'll cope. I would personally, I would give this solid TV. I think it needs a little bit of tweaking before I would call it great TV, but I really enjoyed watching it for the most part.
I enjoyed this show. I didn't think I was going to, and I was late to the party of watching it, and I was like, oh, I saw it and then just let it fly by. But then people were like, no, we should really watch Building the Band, and it kept coming up on my TikTok feeds. And I'm like, okay, what is Building the Band? So I watched it. First episode, I was like, I'm obsessed. Like, I really enjoyed this process. I mean, did it have flaws? Sure, but I really enjoyed this process of seeing the people, literally picking the people they would want to be in a band with, and then the people deciding where they want to go. I enjoyed that process. I enjoyed seeing the bands being formed because I'm a music nerd. I like seeing people come together who are just talented and can sing and come together and figure out their voices and find out, do we mesh well? Do we not? Is this sound going to sound really good? Especially somebody who's in a group with me and my sisters. It's like the harmonies for me is top tier. Like if you can't come together and create some good harmonies, why are you together? Keep it moving. And so I enjoy that mechanism of watching people come together, finding out their style, listening, filling out their voices, coming up with their covers. I enjoyed that process. Now, where I did not like, I agree with you, Brooke. I don't like audience voting, and then the finale, the judges vote, because I feel like the judges have their favorites already and they get to just pick who they like. And it's like, well, what about what the audience like who've been putting and listening and been picking this whole entire time? And I also feel like just because it's just those 4 people or making this decision didn't make sense. I was like, it just seemed a little unfair and like unnecessary to do that for that moment when the audience could just vote. Like, especially now that Netflix, let me finish my thought before you get ready to rev up. before, when, especially now since Netflix can do a live show, they do live stuff now on Netflix. At least make the finale a live finale so you could have people vote if you wanted to, if you know, to do something like that, or just let the audience who was there vote. Period. That'd just be that. But I don't know. I just felt like it was a little. I didn't like it. Did I like the winners? I liked the winners. I thought the winners were good. I thought they were fine. Did I like other people better? Sure, maybe. But I thought this was a perfectly good show. I will put solid for me.
My sister has fighting words with both of you.
Oh no, because I told your sister the same thing. I like them, but I like Solidified, and then I like season 4. So
who was her band of choice? Frequency.
She like.
Oh yeah, she's always sending me YouTube videos of them.
Yeah,
they are great. They are very talented. They are lovely. They just were not my favorite group on season. My actually, something you mentioned though, I didn't even think about it. It's only the 3 judges, and when we have, I'm going to say in the finale, it's a girl band, and then the only band of mixed gender, right, are the final 2 bands. Having 2 of the judges be from a girl band, and being the other one being Liam Payne, pre-death, Liam Payne, like. No shade to Kelly Rowland and Nicole Scherzinger, but I feel like they knew what they were going to do.
They knew they wanted a girl group to win.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
They should have let AJ McLean go. I love him. He was great. Great host. Great host.
I mean, but it was the same thing. It would have been the same. It's just, I don't know. I thought it was good. It was fine, though. But let's keep it moving. Jack and David, let's talk Genius Games UK, shall we?
I am very, very happy to have seen this come to fruition. I want to start by saying to Alex and the whole team behind this, y'all did an amazing job with what you were given and the hurdles that you had to overcome for this to exist. Because Jesus Christ, were there so many hurdles before this. It was a nightmare. And ultimately, the games that they put together that were original were really, really good. It's just unfortunate that this cast was the typical UK, we all need to work together at all points, when the Genius is kind of the antithesis to that. And also, they put it on a network where this was never going to work. Basically, this show died after they aired the first 10 minutes. And it sucks because I loved this season. Were there struggle points? Absolutely. But ultimately, it was really solid TV. We saw people like Ben and Charlotte know how to control this game. We saw Ken just have a good way with everyone and then show right at the end, no, I've had it with you this whole time and I'm now going to murder you all. And we genuinely should have had a better outcome for this show. It was not going to work out. It's solid TV.
Okay, so I've been hearing about Genius Game for years, the Korean version. I had never seen it, but I was actually very interested in it the more I heard about it. So when I found out there was going to be this UK version, I was excited, especially because I've seen some really good UK television shows lately. And I just did not think it lived up to the hype at all. And I'm sure you agree, Jack. But for me, it just really felt with this cast specifically, while the challenges were interesting, they found a way almost every week to make it the least interesting way possible. Like everything was being stifled and it just made it a slog, honestly. And Ben, I think Ben is a great player. I think he's largely to blame for this. He's another person. Put him on the Traitors with Hafsa that has reality TV stars from the UK. I love Ben. I think he really stifled a lot of the strategy in this game. So it left me extremely I felt cock blocked kind of for my enjoyment here. So I actually am a bit lower. I put cancel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't really want it to get canceled.
So I
didn't
can't
want it to be
argue with
canceled.
that.
I think a season 2 could have potential, but this did not live up for me.
Okay.
Thankfully, I will say for this, Ken is looking into making his own season 2. He's been a fan of the show for a long time.
Mhm.
I think he can actually do this show justice. It was never going to work in its current format on TV.
And this is another David Tennant and Elizabeth Hurley talking into the void. Like,
Yeah.
you have no idea who this cast is, David Tennant.
That's funny. So, Jack, you said solid. David, you said cancel. Logan, Brook, whose arguments do we take up on here?
You can meet in the middle, too. I'm okay with that.
I would accept a meet in the middle as well.
So, a meh?
That's
Was
kind
the
of where
both of
I
you?
was landing, just because of like I had heard a lot about it. I didn't get a chance to watch it. But I had heard a lot about it, given that, you know, the format is so good and the execution just wasn't as good as it could have been. I think for the team's sake, because they did do everything that they could, I would put it at meh, and I would meet in the middle there personally.
Yeah.
I have a very important question. Jack, did they make them play Food Chain?
There was not nearly enough people to make them play Food Chain effectively.
Then it goes in solid TV, because Food Chain is the worst thing that has ever happened to orgs online.
Food Chain, that sounds like a Love
those
Island
are
thing.
fighting words.
Well, don't
I
worry.
know. I know.
But
I would go meh.
it, yeah, no,
That's
it
fine.
is.
I just wanted to trigger Jack very briefly.
I've hosted Food Chain multiple times. We'll get into it later.
Off camera.
Well, Logan,
Lana,
this is our time to shine.
Yeah, it's like.
I was
This
gonna
is
say,
the moment
are
where
you
we
ready?
are going to tell Jack, Brook, and David to shush. You have
Yep,
nothing
y'all.
to offer here.
If
This
y'all
is
need some
about Logan
water,
and
if y'all need to go to the
myself.
bathroom,
Oh, that's literally
Like,
what was
y'all
my
need to
plan.
go take a potty break, or take a snack.
I can't wait to hear about how we hate Nick and Elandria.
Excuse me.
No,
never.
we love
Just
Nick and
kidding.
Elandria.
Never will we say hate. But yeah,
No.
this is our time.
It's
to shine,
Love Island
baby.
hour, everyone.
It's Love Island hour. We are talking 4 seasons of Love Island at one time. So Logan, let's start
Let's
with
go,
Love.
Lana.
Let's go, baby. Let's start with Love Island Game Season 2. I will say, solid season. This was a really good season.
I agree.
I thought, because I love season 1, and I still think season 1 of Love Island Games was better than this season. I do. I feel like Love Island Games season 1 was better.
I agree.
But I think this season was a really good season. I liked most of the people on this cast. And even the people who I wasn't fond of, I didn't really hate. You know what I mean? Like, it was people who I was like, I'm not that fond of, but I didn't really hate them being there. Johnny, I'm talking about you. I'm not too fond of Johnny, but I didn't mind him being there. And I actually liked him being there for this season again, because of what took place in the last season. But I actually enjoyed Love Island Games this season. For me, it was solid TV. Yeah.
Love Island Games is crazy, Lana.
Crazy, baby. It was crazy.
I think I 100% agree. It goes right up to. Oh, you're putting it solid.
I would say,
because I'm gonna say great.
And
I think there's a distinction here.
I would say great. I would agree
cool.
with great. I would agree with great.
And the number one reason why is we have some of the best casting choices from international Love Island franchises ever. Garby.
Could we have had more? Yes.
Yeah, Garby, Nicola, Solen.
Yes.
What was his name? We loved him.
Good-looking guy.
Yes,
Mert.
Love Mert. But then you also bring in like so many solid, like, hey, Justine making a return. Hello.
You can never go wrong.
This franchise made me kind of, sort of, maybe a little bit respect Andrea a little bit. And if you could do that, it's pretty great TV.
And you gave me KK.
Love Island Games is crazy, Lana.
You gave me KK. Ugh.
It made me like Kendall a little bit more. I was so happy we got to see Chris in a better light, and I hated the way he went out. Like, the storyline of this season, I think, was so good.
Yeah.
The challenges were leveled up so fiercely from season 2, and I really appreciated that. Ariana Madix is an icon, of course. So yeah, for me, great TV for sure. I enjoyed every single episode that we watched of Love Island Games.
I agree. I would agree with that. Now let's go to the UK. What a contrast difference from...
What an absolute 180.
Like, stop. Full stop while we watch. Okay. I'm going to let you go in on Love Island UK first, because what was that when we watch it?
Cancel now. Cancel it now. Cancel it now.
Oh my God.
It was a shit season.
Oh my God. That was the worst season.
Okay, for Jack, Brooke, and David, and anybody else that's watching, it takes a lot for Lana and I, halfway through a season, to quit covering a season of reality TV. We stopped covering this season because it was just so bad.
I will say the only reason I would say never, I would put it on cancel now instead of never should have been made.
Yes.
Was the fact that I liked the winner of this season.
Yes.
And that is the only reason I will say, okay, but still it needs to be canceled. I have never been so triggered by a reality TV show than I was watching Love Island UK. And this was one of my first times watching a real season of Love Island UK. And everybody was like, oh, you need to watch Love Island UK. It's so great. If you like US, you go love UK. And oh my God, you go love it. It's going to be so great. And no, absolutely not did I love it. I absolutely hated it for so many reasons. And it was just bad. Like, this cast, throw them away. Throw most of them away. Throw most of them away.
Especially almost all of the men.
All the men can, mostly all the men can go. Like, the original men, throw them all away.
Trash.
Throw them all away. Give me the Casa men and let's start there. Like,
that part. Give me the Casa men and the Casa women and let's restart the
originals. Like, throw these original men away. Like, I don't want... Oh my God, I've never been so mad at a group of men in my life. These men are trash men, like trash.
Constant gaslighting, the back and forth and back.
Oh.
One person going from, I'm not even exaggerating, 5 different women throughout the bulk of this season. And they all still run back to him. And he's not even that hot.
Oh my God.
If he was hot, I would understand it just a little bit.
I would be like, okay, he kind of hot. I get it. He's hot. And
he's a lanky, skinny twig of a white man that did not deserve the amount of attention he received.
And he's supposed to be 30 and he looks like he's 40. I was like, hello, where are you 30? And you acting like you're 12. Get this trash man off my screen. I never. Love Island UK, never. Never again.
And this is why I love watching the Love Island lives when you all are talking about me.
I can never. I will never. I can and will never watch Love Island UK ever again in my entire life. I can't do it. You can't do it. So we move.
Now, we'll talk shortly about All Stars. Maybe that's a different case.
Maybe a different case. We'll see. We'll talk about it in a minute. But let's go to Love Island USA season 7.
Can I, Lana, can I say?
Go ahead.
Superior TV.
Oh.
I'm saying it. I'm saying superior. I
would have put 6 at superior, and I would have put 7 at great TV. But okay.
Okay. So here's why I'm saying superior.
Okay.
The season is incredible. Like, we had a ball watching this season. We loved to love people. We loved to hate people.
Yeah.
When Nick and Alandria came back, period, we were gagged, gooped, betriveled, and everything in between. Nick Alandria stands, rise up, period. Hello.
We still standing. We still standing, baby.
Where's your shirt, Lana? Where's your shirt?
I was gonna say, where is the shirt?
I didn't put my shirt on, but we still here, baby. Nick Alandria for, and Nick said it. Nick Alandria for L, people. Let's go.
Period.
It's a shame they broke up, Lana, right?
Oh, they did. Oh, but and like I told her, they
Who
didn't.
said that? Who
I
said
was
that?
like, no, what you talking about? No, they didn't. She's like, yeah, they did.
Where?
I was like, no, they didn't. But okay.
No. Anyway, what makes this superior for me is that fact that we love to love people. We love to hate people. We love to hate Hutta.
Oh,
we loved hating on Hutta
all day.
And we loved hating on Jeremiah. And we loved hating on these people.
I never hated on Jeremiah.
Well, I love to hate Jeremiah because I didn't like him for most of the season.
I watched half of your Love Island lives, and I hated Hutta because of you two.
Period. But why this is going in superior television for me is the fact that so many moments from this season have transcended beyond Love Island and have now made their way into this. Like, Mamacita is everywhere. Like, the virality. That word is horrible, but it's the word to use. The virality of this season of Love Island is leaps and bounds above even what season 6 did. And season 6 is a top tier reality TV season for me. This season of Love Island, truly, like, we were gagged and gooped at every single moment of this season. And for me, that is the kind of TV I want to see. And ultimately, we ended with a winner that, you know, hindsight now, she's fine. I hope she's doing okay. I think she was in the hospital a couple days ago.
She was, but I hope so.
Anyway, Nick Alandria. And for those reasons, this is superior television.
I would, as far as television goes, and the emotions that I felt watching this show, the good, the bad, the ugly, the ups, the downs, I would agree with you.
Period.
I would agree with you because it was moments of this show that I was like, yes, I'm all in for it. I'm here for it. Let's do this. It was moments in the show I was like, oh, I hate every part of this. Like, I just want to
I hate everyone. I hate everything.
Every part of it. It was so annoying. And then it was the real moments of, like, this show is built on trying to find connections. And I like seeing people making those connections. And so it was fun to see that process. I think, and then Ariana as the host was very in tune with what was going on. Like, she watches the show. I love a host who's interested in the show that they're hosting, and it shows that they're interested in the show that they're hosting. I thought this was so good. I might have to agree with you on this superior rating. I thought this season was, as much as people were like, it's a train wreck. It's yes. And you know what? Sometimes train wrecks could be really good TV because you watch it and you can't turn away from it. And I could not stop. And this is a show that's on 5 nights a week. 5 nights a week.
And we were dedicated.
And I was dedicated. I was watching every bit. And 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock EST, I was on it. Like, I would leave a podcast because I was ready to watch Love Island. I'd be mad. Like,
and that's why it's
going
superior.
In time. Yeah. So that is why it is superior rating. I definitely agree. Love Island USA season 7 and Nick Alandria for L. Period. Thank you. Love Island All Stars season 2. Let me start by saying this. This was actually really good.
I agree.
I will say All Stars, and I didn't know if I was gonna like UK All Stars because I didn't know everybody in UK All Stars, which I felt like that might have made it better for me because I didn't know some of these people. So this was my first introduction into knowing some of these people. Now I knew some of them because I've seen them on other shows, but this gave drama on top of drama on top of drama. And I was like,
And good drama.
And it was like, oh, I didn't know you were like that. Ekin-Su. Oh, I didn't know your game.
Ekin-Su.
I didn't realize your game.
Oh Lord,
Ekin-Su, but I
Ekin-Su.
and then you match Ekin-Su with Cuttins. Okay. Oh, with Cuttins. And I didn't realize they messy game that they would go play, but they gave us mess. And then all these other new people who I did not know, who I got to know. And I was like, oh, I honestly enjoy All Stars 10 times better than I enjoyed Love Island UK this regular season. So All Stars for me, great TV.
I completely agree with you. And it was our first foray into UK All Stars together, and I think it was really interesting because we didn't know these people, so we were kind of going in with a fresh perspective here. The winners were fine, whatever, sure, they broke up, cool, love Gabby, but I love seeing Gabby on games as well.
They made their way to games. They got together on All Stars at the beginning of the year. They broke up, and then they made their way to games later on in the year.
Literally, and it was phenomenal. No, this was great TV. There is another All-Star season coming up.
It is coming. It is coming. I saw it.
We might have to.
Maybe. Depends.
And thus concludes the Love Island Hour. Welcome back, everyone.
David,
you know what? I'm glad it wasn't a Bachelor situation where we could just lump it all together.
Right. Let's get it all
Because in the video, it's getting one time stamp.
I will say it was very interesting as someone who only vaguely knows things about this past season of Love Island US.
Love that.
Now I know to never watch Love Island UK.
But watch All Stars.
Slayers, though. Let's move on to Slayers.
Yes.
Wheel of Fate.
Slayers Wheel of Fate. Yes. This is hosted by Tiffany New York Pollard, so I had to watch. This is a show that was on Out TV. So the whole cast, it's 10 people. It's a fully queer cast, which I love. Not only that, it's 5 women, 5 men. There are 2 white men. Everybody else is a person of color, which is incredible. 4 black women in this cast, 2 black men in this cast. So it was really cool with the representation. I will say, as far as the format goes, I don't think New York is the best host, honestly. Like, she's a little stiff at times, and she feels like she's acting a lot. And the challenges are a bit homemade, like run around the yard and look for a picture of somebody, like a big cardboard cutout of somebody. So the challenges are not great. But what I will say is queer people make great television. The cast carried this show despite all of its flaws, despite its lack of budget. The drama was real. It was just refreshing getting to watch all of these people fight so hard for this measly little competition that really could have flopped. I think it's one of the best casts I've seen out of any of these shows this year. I really wish there was something in between great TV and solid TV, because this is better than solid TV, but it's not great TV. For me, I would put it a very, very strong solid. Also, this is the first of several shows that we will talk about that has Big Brother Canada representation. We have at least 4 different shows on this list that have castmates from Big Brother Canada, which is kind of wild.
Who's on this one?
It's John Michael, who was a first boot in, I think, season 11.
Yep. And he did he win the show?
I wasn't going to say it, but
believe me, it's worth it just for that.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
David had me watch the first episode of this show when I went to visit them, and I was sitting there watching, and I was like, this is going to be either a crappy show or super entertaining. Like, there's no in between with this. Like, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. I do agree Tiffany is not the best host at this. Like, it was a little, like, she's already extra, and then when she's trying to put on host extra, it was just much too much for my liking.
Queen Karen's gonna come and get you and eat you with her dragon.
Right.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of that.
It's like, but I will say the cast is what made the show for me. I thought this cast was a good group of people who were actually really there to play a game, and they wanted to play, and they didn't mind being cutthroat when necessary. And I like that. Like I like good gameplay. I did actually. I was like, am I gonna go back and watch this show when I get home? Because when not David is not making me watch it, am I gonna watch it? I actually watched it, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is actually fun. It has potential to be really good with this cast. I think they need to change some things, like a new host. Maybe not. Maybe build the better production value of the games and things. But honestly, I didn't think this was so bad. I think this will make a good online game too. Like you can take this whole Wheel of Fate situation and it almost reminded me of my the game I did Wheel of Fire that I did that one couple times as an online game. So I kind of feel like it could do something like that with this. But honestly, I think this was solid TV for me.
Yeah, I do want to quickly mention the elimination format. So basically, they have a challenge each week. The challenge winner gets to pick a person to go up for elimination. They spin a wheel, and there's a few different options, but it's mostly either you are eliminated or you get to pick somebody else to be eliminated, which is kind of wild. It's really hard to stay safe in this competition. I do wish there was a different element that gave them more agency in protecting themselves. But overall, it's still really good. If you're at all interested after hearing this, I would highly recommend giving it a shot. It's pretty short, 7 episodes.
Yeah. So you said solid TV as well?
I did.
Okay. Solid TV. It is for Slayers. Let's move on to the floor. Jack, let's talk the floor.
Yeah, the floor is this weird middle ground between show that you could put on at any point and be fine to watch it and a serialized format. In essence, it is literally name things on the screen. But the amount of things they can do with that concept and the amount they've experimented from season 1 to now makes this an actually fun watch. Do you still have people not getting black celebrities consistently? Absolutely. And it's funny every time. But genuinely, it is a really good show. This season in particular has multiple Survivor players that had already been on. Johnny Fairplay is the name that you immediately get, but also Jacob Derwin from Ghost Island, which is a crazy far catch. And he's really entertaining. And honestly, I was very, very happy to just kind of relax and enjoy the show. It's a show that you can put on and catch up with half with. If you don't know the category, just go do something else for like 5 minutes at most, and you'll be back in no time. It's solid TV.
I agree. I think it was just a fun watch. You put it on, you watch it. Even if you don't watch every week, it doesn't really matter if you watch every week. You can just come back and watch it if you missed a week and just continue to pick up where you left off. I thought it was a good show. I thought it was fun. It's like The Price is Right to me. You watch The Price is Right. You watch Let's Make a Deal. Shows like that. You watch it. It's fun. It's entertaining. And it was just solid TV. I didn't see no flaws. Nothing wrong with it, but nothing super spectacular about it. It was just fun. So, David and Brook, The Masked Singer. Where we at? Season 13.
David, do you want to go first or do you want me to?
Okay, I mentioned diminishing returns earlier. Look up diminishing returns in the dictionary and
Get a picture of the Masked Singer.
Yes, it's there. I've stuck with the show throughout its 13 seasons. It's enjoyable, but it's really
Well, they were doing 2
God.
seasons a year there for a bit. I think this is actually the first season where they only did 1. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Thank God they took the fall off for the first time, and it's been a much needed break. I think they're coming back in the spring. I don't remember if they're changing anything up. Yeah, I hope they find something to freshen the format.
The only thing I know that they're doing a thing where they've already announced one of the celebrities that's going to be on the show.
Oh,
because the show's pre-taped, so they're letting the audience follow her journey throughout the show. I don't remember exactly how they're wording it. It's weird. It's a Disney actress. I don't remember what her name is. But it's at least an idea. My big problem with The Masked Singer for a long time has been either A, they needlessly changed the format to a point where it's just really inconsistent and really poorly designed, or when we go back to the old format, we keep some weird amount of the newer things that were brought in, and it's really confusing. The best format this show has ever had was the format they had in season 1. It doesn't need to be complicated. It's literally 2 groups of singers. When you get to a certain point, the groups come together. That's it. That's all you need to do. And that's why season 1 was so successful, was because they kept it simple and they didn't, try to do anything crazy. Also because T-Pain was on it. But this past season was good. I mean, in terms of vocals, there were some good people vocally that were on the season. The winner was iconic as fuck. I lost my mind because I clocked her pretty early.
I didn't. This is one of the few times I had no idea who it was until they were unmasked. But I think she's pretty problematic, if I recall correctly.
Is she problematic?
I think so.
Motherfucker. I know that Brian Kelly's problematic, and I was not happy when he got unmasked. But it was a really good group of people for the most part. There were some people on here I don't care for. Candace Cameron was on this season. Not a fan of hers. But on the whole, it was just another season of The Masked Singer, and that's all I can really say about it. Oh, and also, ever since they added Rita Ora to this panel, I don't think this panel has been clicking. They need to change some things up. And fire Jenny McCarthy. You should do that immediately.
Yeah, I agree. And stop the acting. Who is this? Oh my gosh. Is this Christina Aguilera? Wait, is this Ariana Grande?
Ken does it as a bit, and that's fine. I don't care. Right? That's Ken's job, is to be the dumb, loud, stupid one. Right? That's his entire role on the show. But when every person on the panel, except for one, and it happens to be Jenny Damn McCarthy, who is unironically the dumbest person on that panel, is the one who are all acting stupid and they have no idea what's going on. Jenny McCarthy's like, what if it's this random B-list actor that we got to be on the season of The Masked Singer?
She did guess Oprah once.
Okay, yes, but even she has to be wrong so that way the audience has that little bit of doubt. Law of Diminishing Returns, I hope that this next season that comes out is going to be really good. It's been a minute since we've had a really good season. Honestly, since season 8, when Amber Riley won, was probably the last good season of The Masked Singer. That's
we get a lot of good winners. We get a lot of good winners, but not good seasons. And for me, this wasn't a good season. This was a mess season.
Yeah, I hope that this next season is better. I would put this in May. I don't think it's canceled yet, but it's getting there. It's getting close.
Both of y'all agree, Matt?
Yes.
Okay, Matt, it is